Ba-dum-ba-ba-ba, the death trap, the death trap.
It's the Death Trap Podcast.
The Death Trap Podcast.
Coming to you live from the Trap House, Death Trap House.
Sneaking up behind you.
Sneaking up behind you.
Once a week.
Once a week. You think you're safe, and then you log into Spotify, you log into YouTube, you got a notification. What is it? It's the Death Trap Podcast.
What's that? You're walking to work? Who's that behind you? It's the Death Trap Podcast.
Yeah.
Who's that? Are you listening to us, or are we listening to you? You'll never know.
Could be either.
We never know.
I will say to anyone that's listening, the last episode was our most watched YouTube one with 69 views.
And
nice.
If you're ever watching this, do not go back and watch the last episode because we want to keep it right at 69.
Keep it right at 69. So just go to our page, look at the view count, point at it, and go, nice. But don't fucking click on it.
Screenshot it and then leave it as a comment in the comment.
Yeah.
That way it gets engagement and then be like, nice.
Nice. But do it on a different episode and we'll know what it's in regards to.
Nice.
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 We're children.
We're children. This is episode 22 of the Death Trip.
Yeah.
I got
22?
tons. 22, I think, yeah.
22's been, I mean, it goes by fast.
It goes by, we're zipping, we're cranking these things out now like that's an iPhone factory, baby.
I know, it's like we just have to like sit here on our couch and
Do what we would normally do.
I know, just sit here and hang out.
Hang out, two boys, one couch.
Speaking of hanging out,
what's up?
we did some hanging out today.
We did the best. Why do you sound stressed?
We did some because I lost the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we did some good hanging out today.
Yeah, so we were playing Madden.
Well, you were playing Madden.
I was playing Madden, and we figured out the strategy to Madden.
Is well, he was playing Madden, and I was like, he let me play for the first time, and I was like, yo, can I talk shit?
Yeah.
With the headset on, and he was like, yeah. And so I put on a headset, and then I don't like actually playing Madden, so it became he'll play, and then I'll just talk to people. Mm-hmm. And it is, when you're not focused on playing the game and you can just rip your mouth and let it go, dude, it is the most fun.
Yeah. And when I'm sitting there like playing and people are like talking shit to you, I don't take it as personally because I'm like, no, they're talking to him and I'm just the guy playing the game.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like in like the offensive and defensive like booth upstairs and I don't hear any of it.
My favorite part, there was like a dude that was up by like 2 scores and a field goal. He scored another touchdown. I just went, pfft. You call that a touchdown? And he quit.
He quit. We got to win. Because we were staying in the game when we were down. Yeah. And I don't think he enjoyed the fact that I was just like hanging out in there.
Nope.
It was pretty fun. We went on a 8-0 run. We won 8 games in a row.
Paul Henry came over and he was like, yo, let me get out on this. And he also was only talking.
He only talks and he calmly tells you that you're not doing well. He tells you what play he's going to run, and then he goes, see, I told you. So he did a lot of the shit talking for me.
But then my favorite is if you ran a play that he'd be like, I'm going to run it right up the middle. But he wouldn't say that aggressive. He'd be like, I'm going to run it right up the middle. And then if you wouldn't run it right up the middle, he would be like, my bad, I picked the wrong play. My sincerest apologies.
Like he really thought he was like giving away the farm.
There was like an 8-year-old kid that was like, you sound like an NPC, which is such a sick burn.
It's a sick burn for like that kid, but then that kid also like was down 10-0 and on a kickoff literally said, hey, you should let me score. And I was like, oh, no.
No.
What's wrong with the kids these days? Can you
participation trophies? Am I right?
He literally asked me while we were playing if he could get a freaking win, like, or get a score. Like, oh, can you let me have a score? Sure, you can have a score. That's not how life works, kid. You give him a score now, he's going to think that, like, oh, I just get to walk into any job and get it. And that's where it starts. So I had to beat him. And then, I enjoyed it more when I realized he was a kid.
What was the thing I said about Ray Lewis that made a guy quit?
You kept telling the guy that you were like, hey, man, how do you get the Ray Lewis card, that is blind? And he's just like listening, then like his like microphone would like scramble, but like nothing really. And then he
kept missing tackles, and I kept making fun of him, and then he got one tackle, and he like tried to talk shit through the thing, and I immediately was like, you got one tackle. I was like, the blind squirrel literally found its nose.
Yeah. And then freaking you said.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah,
you know?
said, yeah. You can do it if you want. Yeah.
No, you do it.
No, it was your thing. Go ahead.
I think I said this. We were on offense, and I said this next play is called Ray Lewis isn't going to do jack shit. And then Joe threw it right where Ray Lewis was, and he didn't do jack shit. And then it just went to the pause menu.
Yeah,
quit.
And then they quit. My favorite is when they quit and they just like shut the game off. So it just like shows like says like disconnected. So that means they just literally either went into their menu, shut the game off, or just like pressed power down real quick.
We made like 3 people throw their PlayStation through drywall today.
Yeah. It was insane. They had to like sit there and listen to the madness. And then like they had to like sit there and like, I mean, my defense was solid today. I mean, I think we had an interception in just about every single game.
Defense?
I was picking off the ball.
So you're playing the game. You played well. Your defense was solid. I'm on the mic. My mental health, low. Makes for some good trash talking.
It does.
Makes for some phenomenal trash talk.
Great shit talking.
Because everything I'm feeling personally is going right through that microphone.
Yep.
Yeah, dude.
What were some of the hits?
Some of the hits?
Yeah.
I kept asking people who they thought the good guy was in 9/11.
Yeah, that was rough. Who were you? You said, because we were playing like just like because I have a bunch of uniforms. I was playing as the Jets. And you were like, who are you rooting for in 9/11? And you were like, he didn't say anything. And you're like, the Jets? And like your face was like, as if though like you said it in front of like a crowd of like 100.
Oh yeah, dude, I was on. I was doing
ready to bomb. You're just like, the Jets.
They were getting not even B material. They were getting C and D material.
I mean, he was getting like something.
And then we lost in the Super Bowl, and it's because this guy was playing kind of cheap, and I was really trash talking him, and then I was like making fun of how his mic was on, but he wasn't talking.
Yep.
And then he comes on, and he was British.
And he was super nice.
So he was just like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize my microphone was on."
Oh, he goes, "Oh, usually I'm not good at this game," and I'm like, "Well, that's not nice." But what the problem is he literally, if you look up like, hey, what's like the best offensive plays in Madden?
He's running them.
He's running every single one, so it's just like the most boring shit you can do, and it's like, oh, they're all gonna work in some way or another. So, thanks, man, that's really fun. And then you're like, hey, you know. How's Brexit, you nerd?
Nerd.
Yeah.
We didn't bring... I wish I would have... He ended up being nice, and then it's like, I don't want to trash talk that guy.
Yeah, we should have brought up the revolution.
Yeah, I wanted to be like, sorry about that tea, bro. Yeah,
sorry about your tea.
Rumor is it's still in the harbor. Yo, dog, word on the street is that we got some of your tea in our harbor.
Harbor tea?
Hope you're not harboring any bad feelings about it.
Whoa.
Wow, dude. Fucking, you just got Englished.
Damn, dude.
We should just start roasting English people and then just being like, you just got Englished.
Honestly, we should be allowed to just
1776.
Like, just go over there and like take stuff and be like, hey, this is because you lost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because like what they used to do is just like take a bunch of stuff and be like, because you lost. Let's just like go in their museums. Every American gets to go in there and take like one thing and fly it back. Be like, because you lost.
It's funny because it's British colonialism. So the thing that we're taking from their museums, they just took from like Africa.
Yeah,
and
you just
Egypt
get on a plane and like give it back to where it came from.
It's just every Egyptian artifact. Yeah, it's just in England.
Yeah,
they're like, but look how cultured we are. Look at us.
There was an article about how the UK museum lent out an African crown to the African, like, not village, I don't want to say that. Like, whatever it is, like, yeah, the area of it, they loaned it to them.
To the Nigerian prince?
Yep. So that they could, like, have it for a little bit, but they had to give it back.
Yeah, of course they did.
But you know what I mean? Because it's ours. Because, like, we
found it.
We took it from you. It's ours.
It is funny that every museum's like, we want to preserve history, but then they're also very much like finders keepers.
Yeah, they always act like it was just found in 1950.
Yeah. Nobody was hanging on to that.
That was nobody's.
That's ours now.
So we get there, and there's this dead guy, recently dead.
You guys weren't doing it shit with the pyramids of Gaza before we got there.
You ever think truly about the pyramids and like how that happened? Like what's your most believed theory about the pyramids? This is
just
how I
slavery.
judge people.
I really do think that it was just human pain and suffering.
But when they try and like, even with all the human pain and suffering, when they do like the lifting of stuff or like wedges and like there's nothing that could have like moved those massive of stones.
100%.
No.
Yeah, dude. Egyptians had it down.
No.
Yes, they did.
So no, how could they have it down? But like when we try to like recreate it, we can't figure that out
because we don't have it down.
That just doesn't make
sense. That
answer
was you left it sitting on the table. You can't give.
But that doesn't make any sense. I just really worry about like it might have been aliens, dude.
Dude, I think there's worse things to worry about.
No,
like
not
capitalism.
Really. No, capitalism's going to happen no matter what. The past is.
But if you're worried about they showed up, they built us some pointies, and then they left.
Yeah, that's pretty like weird. Like it's just a bunch of like it's just like a bunch of fucking autistic aliens like building blocks on different planets and then leaving.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's fun. They were covered in gold, so maybe they were used for space navigation at some point. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just shooting from the hip here.
I like that a lot.
I'm not an alienologist, but I get it.
It is weird that like they use like gold on like jets to like help them become stealth, so that radar bounces off of them, and for some reason like all the tips of those have like a radar deflecting material on them.
Yeah, I don't know.
And why has gold always been so special? What's so? I don't get it. Just because it's.
Oh, I get it.
Are we just that simple that it's like
shiny?
Shiny.
It's shiny. People like shiny. Shiny is always associated with value. And it's just a rarity thing. It's like, how hard is it to get? So if it's hard to find, it's always worth more. It's like the color purple used to be like legitimately. I don't know if you knew about that, like in Greek and Roman culture, because purple dye was the hardest dye to make. So if you wore purple, you were just the shit. Like if you just had a purple robe, they were like, well, "Fucking look at this guy, decked out to the britches."
Dude, that'd be really cool to like go back in time with like a purple robe and a handgun, and just be like,
and the handgun. Gold.
Huh?
The handgun? Gold. Fuck yeah.
Have you ever seen the movie Face Off?
Yeah. Nicolas Cage?
Yeah. He has like those two gold pistols. Yeah. Go back in time with two of those things. A gold chain like you have on now and like a big purple robe.
Joe, the answer's in front of us. We don't go back in time. We send Nicolas Cage back in time with a purple robe, two golden guns, and a map of the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah, but I'm so sick of Nicolas Cage getting to do everything.
Do you know why he's doing everything?
Because he gets to.
No, because he's bankrupt.
He's born special.
No, he just didn't pay federal taxes for like a decade.
Yeah.
And they caught him. That's why he's like doing every movie right now.
But no, I'm saying, so like there's a lot of people who go bankrupt.
Yeah. They're not Nicolas Cage.
They don't get to all do a bunch of movies.
Michael Donnie?
Dude, can you imagine? I think we know a few comics back in Cleveland that have declared bankruptcy, and you think they should be in the movies?
Here's the thing, is I don't think that... I think there's plenty of actors that have gone bankrupt, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you...
Morally bankrupt.
Oh! Dunked on him. All right. Leave me hanging again and I'll fucking kill you. I put my hand up for a fist bump and he just looked at me, and I swear to God you're about to hear a murder on the podcast.
You think so?
Moving forward, because we don't dwell in violence.
I think about what I would do if you attacked me.
Probably cry first.
I would
and then
be sad.
Beg for mercy.
I would be very sad, yeah.
You'd be bummed. I'd be bummed. I'd be like, why am I doing this?
I'd be like, this guy is about to die.
He
has no idea.
I'd be thinking the same thing about you. Yeah. I'd be like, he's never realized my true power.
Yeah. I'd just be there. I'd be like, this is crazy. I'm just watching him bleed to death.
So let's talk strong. You do your push-ups and stuff and you work out a little bit?
Yeah.
And you've got good muscles? Yeah. But do you have any ancient powers like I do?
Ancient powers?
Because I have the power of the dragon.
I am older than you.
Yes. I have a 2,000-year-old dragon residing inside my body at all times.
Are we ever going to go whitewater rafting again?
No. I can't swim.
Speaking of like being like super old.
Dude, I can't swim. You know what I did the night we went whitewater rafting? So we went whitewater rafting with Cody Cooper. We shared a room the night before, and I don't know if you did this. I couldn't sleep because I was just like,
I whacked off. Yeah,
yeah, I heard it. I was like, give me some of that.
I'm so quiet.
Yeah, no, it was really loud. He was like, I'm so quiet, and then all you heard was, that's what Joe said. I hear that from his room every night.
You take out the trash, Dad. Ah.
And then, like, in the middle, he just put, Joe Briggs.
How does he accidentally anal?
Yeah, so that was, like, close to me starting comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And I had just broken up with a girl, and I was like, you know when you're, like 3 months out from a breakout, and you're like, we could get back together?
No.
Not every breakup do I do this, but it's one where we broke up because we lived in different cities. So it wasn't like a bad. Why are you closing your eyes like that?
I'm getting sad for you.
Thanks, man. That was a bummer. But it was years ago. She's married, and but like, I made a text draft in my phone that was basically my will and testament, a draft text to her. So if I died, they could just send that and know what to do with all my shit.
To her?
Yeah.
That's not bad though. How long were you dating?
A year.
Yeah.
Nah, it should have gone to my brother.
No, you were, you know what I mean? You were hoping that, like, if you did get in an accident, she finds out it's you, you go back to her, everything works out.
Yeah.
Because of the white, and then you guys go whitewater rafting, and then at the end of it, you propose.
Why would we go whitewater rafting?
Because that's how you ended up getting back into her life, was that you made her...
Well, we were, like, really good friends before we dated, and we still talked. So it
she
wasn't
visits
like weird.
You in the hospital, you're all banged up. She realizes, oh my God, if you had died, this would have been miserable for me. I can't
die though.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll never. What are you checking? Your blood pressure?
I'm checking my fucking beats per minute, dude.
Just go up a little bit?
Yeah, it goes up when we do the podcast, and I'm not like nervous. I'm just like, what is this? What is this? Oh my God. 69.
Your heart?
Yeah, 69 beats per minute right now.
Nice. Keep that
dude.
Energy. Yeah, dude.
Oh my God. It's all working out. So like this is like all lining up. The podcast is we're on a roll.
Your heart. You know what we're doing later? Can we circle back to something I wanted to ask you about?
69.
69 circle. Oh, dude. It's all coming together.
This episode's called Fist Bump.
It is.
This episode's a fist
bumping the boys.
It's been a fist bumperoo.
Yeah, if you're just listening, you probably can't hear these two meatballs slapped together, but boy, are you missing out on a decade of experience.
You should probably watch. We just realized we've been doing it a lot, and it's like, what, 20
not even
minutes
halfway.
in? And man, we just fist bumped about 14 times. You know what I'm excited about?
Are pounding.
Were you about to say something?
Yeah, I was.
Go ahead.
So we were talking about that kid that was playing Madden.
Yeah.
And you were like, kids these days have it too easy. And then I realized that we're a couple years apart. Did you get... I don't think we've talked about this on the podcast, and if we did, tell me and we'll stop.
Mm-hmm.
But did you get were you a participation trophy kid, or did you miss that?
I think I missed that.
Really?
Yeah, because when I
moved, I got them.
So that's weird, because like when I moved, out of like every house, you kind of like take your stuff with you. So I have like a box of all my things, and I have like we used to get a picture. Was your like participation trophy? I feel like so I have a bunch.
Oh, it was like that, like
the team picture.
Yeah.
So like, because I'm 36, about to this year 37. So like we used to get the picture of everybody on the team, and then maybe like your individual one if it was like that kind of thing. So like of you holding the bat or whatever, or the ball, like that, and then like. I
never wasn't allowed to play football. Don't know these poses.
Heisens and.
Heisens?
Yeah.
Heisenbergs?
Heisenberg,
doing some
dude.
Heisenbergs?
Yeah,
cooking?
Dude, dropping some Oppenheimers. So we used to do that.
Some Droppenheimers?
Ooh. You would get
it's a good bomb reference, too.
That's really good.
Yeah.
So then you would get the picture. That was like what you got to signify that you played that year and like your clothes. But then like at the end of some of those years, it lines up and there will be like a third, second, or first place trophy, and that's it. I don't think I have any like
third, second. I had so many.
Yeah, like you would get like a tournament, you get like a third because you know what I mean. There's like an actual thing for it, but I don't think I got.
They felt so good. I know that means nothing, but when I was a kid and we got those, like, dude, there was a year where I played like Pee Wee rec soccer or whatever.
Yeah.
So winning means nothing. You're a child, right? And also, like, there was parents that took it seriously. So there were teams. We didn't win a game all season. We scored 3 goals total. 2 of them were in the same game, and like, dude, our coach was just like to the moon about it. And our coach was my dad. And
like, see, if you can do it in one game, you can do it in every game.
Yeah, he's like, we're making progress.
I believe in you.
Didn't score a goal the rest of the season,
of course.
But we were like god awful, and then we got participation trophies, and it was like, okay. And I think we needed them more than the other teams because we sucked.
Yeah. You need like a reason to go on. You need like at least like a reward for your hard work in some way, shape, or form.
And here's the thing is I like went on to play high school soccer.
Mm-hmm.
So like, you know.
Exactly.
You're not ruining kids by giving them a trophy.
You're discouraging them by not.
Well, if they know I feel like, but if they didn't know about the trophies, are you discouraging them?
Also, though, like some kids should be taught that, like, hey, this sport's not for you, and then they might keep with it and ruin their.
But that's like junior. That's like middle school shit. You know, that's like not like when you're a kid. It's like, dude, go nuts.
Everybody's out there doing the same thing.
Once you hit your teenage years, that's when it's like, maybe you don't want to play soccer.
Once it's like junior year of high school and you haven't figured out how to like tuck your head and you're walking around like not remembering teachers' names, it's time, and you know what I mean, and you run like a 4.9 as a wide receiver, you know what I mean,
dude.
It's probably time to back out.
One of my like best friends in high school, the first, I don't know, but like one of the first days of football camp, like freshman year, he broke his arm. What's that drill where you're like, you just have to run right at another guy? They do it at like the end of practice.
Yeah, I don't know the name of it.
And you're supposed to like try and get past him or whatever. Okay. The first day of summer camp, somebody like he did that drill and somebody like just fucking chucked him. He broke his arm and he was like, you know what? I don't think my high school needs another corner. And he just quit.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
God, dude, I'd love to like crack some like high school kid. Like just put some pads on, dude.
Yeah.
Not like one of the good high schools. Just go to like some little small school and like crack one of them. Just put some pads on. You know what I mean? See if you can run around, do some cardio before you get to train. Speaking of football, can I say?
Yeah, I guess
how excited I am.
Show you after
how excited I am
for what?
The Super Bowl is coming up. By the time this comes out, it'll be like in 2 weeks or whatever. Super Bowl. Taylor Swift
versus
and the Kansas City Chiefs versus none other than the San Francisco 49ers. Speaking of gold.
Who's their celebrity?
Speaking of football. Who, the 49ers?
Yeah.
I think it's Christian McCaffrey.
He's their Taylor Swift?
I think if the 49ers win, Christian McCaffrey gets Taylor Swift.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like
the owners are gambling on it with like...
Because like, you know how Detroit, they were saying it was going to be Eminem versus T-Swift Super Bowl.
They weren't. I did yesterday to you.
No, that was on Reddit too.
I put it on Reddit.
I saw your Reddit post.
I think so.
Did you make a graphic?
No. I lie a lot.
That was mine.
But I did tell you yesterday, I said that, and then like I posted it, and then they ended up losing.
Dude.
But yeah, so will you look it up? Who's like a San Francisco 49ers spokesperson?
Well, I was going to look up something else, but I'll look up
most famous
people from San Francisco.
Famous girlfriend of San Francisco 49ers players current. So anyway, I'm excited about...
dude, Clint Eastwood is from San Francisco? A Clint Eastwood Taylor Swift Super Bowl?
He is like, that would be hard right versus like moderate
I don't
left.
like that for
She's
sure.
not
Danny
hard
Glover?
left. She's not like hard left.
Danny Glover, George Lucas.
Anyway.
Star Bowl.
How great is it? If they win, do you think like he proposes to her with like a ring that looks like their Super Bowl ring? No, not right now.
Oh, okay.
In the future when he like proposes, which he fucking, don't you fuck this up, you better. when he does propose the engagement ring, it'll look like the Super Bowl ring of this year because that's the year that they went through everything, their first one.
Yeah.
So then you get the engagement ring to look like this year. Oh my God. With the little Chiefs stuff on the side and then like inside.
Can I be honest with you?
I'm drowning right now. Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't want to be honest with you then.
Go, yeah.
But I do hate that.
Why?
I just want like a simple ring.
It's not for you. It's for Taylor Swift. Why did you think I was talking about the ring you're going to get from Travis Kelce? Oh, Travis, by the way, all that talk about the really nice ring, that's not what Joe wants.
Honestly? You're making sense.
Do you? So what if you when you get a wedding band? What kind of wedding band do you think you want? You said something. You want to just go simple gold band?
I like gold because it's just like traditional or whatever.
I like it that way. People can see it from a distance. I don't like it when people have like the little like peach colored ones, and you're like, "What are you doing?"
But I was about to say, you know what kind of scares me? First of all, I'm not getting married anytime soon, I'm guessing. But what scares me is when people have like hard rings, like metal, silver, whatever. Mm-hmm. And there's that thing where like people fall and it gets caught on the counter and like rips your finger off. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, but then you're not married no mo.
That's not how it works, dog.
If your ring finger gets ripped off, you single. You don't even have to pay half. You're out. Clean wipe.
So you think that if you just cut off your ring finger, you're out of it?
Nope, not allowed to be on purpose. Has to be an accident. But if it happens on accident, you are single. That's a law in more states than it's actually legal to smoke marijuana in. 41. What? Alaska, Montana, South Dakota, North Dakota, North Carolina. You can't just name states. Texas.
I mean, you can, but not lie about it.
Florida, Ohio, Virginia, West Virginia. Those are all the states that are signed off of the bill. How you doing?
What's up?
I've been learning how to fuck with you. I've been learning buttons.
Do you want to hear something sad?
Yes, absolutely.
We can go real sad eventually, but this is sad from a person I'm friends with.
Okay.
This is my buddy that I've known him forever, and he, I think he's just bummed, but he sends like they're like accidentally hilarious text messages. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because we were talking about there's a famous soccer coach, Jurgen Klopp. He's at Liverpool. He's retiring. Mm-hmm. He's like, I'm going to take a year off, and then probably coach again. Mm-hmm. But like my buddy Eric was just like, it'd be pretty dope to just quit your job and take a year off. And I was like, yeah, that's the dream. And he goes, my reward will be working till 65 and then dying of cancer at 66. And it's like the hardest I've laughed until we played Madden today.
He's so right.
And I was like, yeah, dude, that's kind of sad. And he just goes, yeah, but that's how I want to go. Just one. He's like, one good year. He's like my age. He's 31. Yeah. He's like, if I can just get to 65
that's
and
insane.
Die at 66.
Dude, there's so many...
just one good year hitting the links with the boys.
There's people now that want to increase, like, because France did it, they want to increase, like, the retirement age in the United States.
Why?
Because it's, like, they're talking about because it's money, and, like, if you retire at 65... But, like, they're like, if you retire at 65, then you're living till 90 now, and it's like, well, yeah, so what's wrong with that? And then you're also saying,
So there was like I saw a thing this week where it was I'm pretty sure it was like legit.
Yeah.
Where it was I can't remember the exact number, but whatever Starbucks profits were for the year of 2023. I think however many millions of dollars. They were like, if they took half of that money, they could give every Starbucks employee an $11,000 a year raise and then still have like it was either like $10 or $20 million in profit.
Of course.
Like insane.
Of course. Why wouldn't they?
What?
Why wouldn't they have that much money left?
Well, that's why I don't know why every company wants to go public because it's just like you're putting a nail in the well-being of your employees' future.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
You can never operate in like a moral way.
No. Because Daddy didn't get his money.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be like, they made that much last year. Why aren't they happy making that much this year? Meanwhile, he's getting a big old stinky raise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Most
profitable companies worldwide.
Are you looking it up?
2023. Absolutely.
It's also weird too because we're in like January right now, so they haven't closed yet. So it's like, how do they have these numbers for Q4? That's just me. That's just business brain. Stick with us, you'll go places.
Stick with us, you'll go places.
You'll go to business brain school.
Mm-hmm.
And that business brain school, this couch, you're looking at it.
Leading companies in the world, 23 by pre-tax income in billions.
Oh, it was billion. My bad.
This is going to be in billions of U.S. dollars.
Okay.
Saudi Aramco.
Well, I don't want the most. I just want Starbucks. I mean, of course, the Saudi oil company is probably doing well, if you can believe it.
Well, this is all
Aramco
by profit.
It doesn't matter.
I was just trying to look up like other companies that made a bunch, like Apple, $114 billion in profits.
And
Microsoft, $95 billion in profits.
Yeah, dude.
JP Morgan. Meanwhile, like they can like fuck up a bunch of stuff all the time.
I saw somebody recently had a great fucking bit about JP Morgan too, and I can't remember who it was.
It's disgusting, dude. Oh my god, Toyota,
dude.
$38 billion. That's like all in profit. So it's like, where does that go as far as like what you do? And it's like they'll be like, well, we're expanding like our R&D, and it's like, yeah, so, you're researching and developing how much money you can spend.
So when I bought my truck,
yeah, my leg itches.
No, you're fine. When I bought my truck, my dad and I went to the dealer with my dad, and like you sit down to like negotiate or whatever, and they told us a price for the truck, and then we sat down to negotiate, and then they told us a more expensive price, and we just kept going no. Until they were like, because I was like, I won't buy it.
Yeah.
You don't agree on a number. And this woman, it was like they brought their manager out and she came out and she was just like, well, it's COVID. So we have in supply chains. We're all in this together is what is happening. And me and my dad, like, we're like legit like laughing at her. And she's like, what's funny? And we're like, if we're all in it together, then give us the price we agreed on.
Yeah.
And it was just like, she just kept like being like, no, it's not that simple. And we're like, no, it is because we agreed on a price, so let's just do it, and then we're done. And we had to talk to her for like 45 minutes, and then they ended up just giving it to us for the price we agreed on.
Which is insane that you have to go back to the price you agreed on.
But even the guy that was like, the dude that was the salesman, like once that was all said and done, he like apologized to us. He was like, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't want that to happen. And we were like, no, it's fine. Like I like you. But she can fuck off. She almost like tanked a sale because she wanted to make an extra $3,000. It's crazy. And she just kept being like, it's only $3,000. We're like, you're making the argument for why we shouldn't give you the money.
That'd be a cool thing to like get a time machine if you ever find one, and just like go back as you like in there and like right before, like in one of those situations where you're still in the past.
Yeah.
Like while you're sitting down there with your dad and like she walks away and like you go back in time and meet her right before she goes back in there and like go up to her and be like, hey, save yourself 45 minutes and just do the deal we fucking agreed upon.
Yeah.
And then she walks away like in there and you're wearing different clothes. She's just like,
what?
I
also have long hair and a mustache and I'm fat.
Number we agreed upon. And like just nutty. Hey, I was thinking about time machine stuff. I know it's fun to talk about.
Yeah. Huh.
I want to go back in time to like the Roswell thing. Like when the UFOs crashed. What?
Are you doing the thing I was doing?
What do you mean?
This is fun.
What?
Are you fucking with me?
What do you mean?
We're moving on. We're not ending the podcast with that.
We have 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm not ending. I'm fucking around. What are you talking about?
I thought you were fucking with me about that bit.
What bit?
The one I was doing. You know what I'm talking about. The time machine bit.
No.
I did it in front of you twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Fuck you.
I do be fucking around.
Dude, I'm just gonna hit you in the head with the microphone.
I know. I do enjoy it.
Become King Daddy.
Dude, man. So, Taylor Swift in the Super Bowl versus the 49ers. Who do you got? For real, though, football talk, real quick, because I love it. And we've been playing Madden all day. Oh, I'm tangled up here. Look at this. Look,
it's one of the...
I'm climbing the rope in gym class.
Don't break the cable. Climbing the rope. We didn't have rope in gym class because we were too weak. Our bones weren't strong.
We still had rope in gym class, and we had a peg board. You ever had a peg board?
Yeah. For, like, I think I was, like, young, and then before we were old enough to use it, they got rid of it.
Yeah, you would take the peg out and hold on.
One arm by one
at a time, but, like, you're, like, hanging on. Like, yeah, dude. We had our state championship wrestler at our high school could, like, do that shit all day, and you're like, oh, it's... Some people's just different. Yeah. So, 49ers coming in.
I'd like a 49ers win, but I don't... Brock Purdy's cool.
I love that dude.
And see McCaffrey finally get a Super Bowl would be cool.
Yeah. That would be good.
And
that'd be really cool.
Who's the guy on defense they got? Nick Bosa?
Yeah.
Nick Bosa or Joey? Joey's on
Nick Bosa.
Chargers, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And they have Fred Warner, dude.
Yeah.
Middle linebacker.
Fred Warner's my dude.
Shout out. Dude, he saved last year. He was like one of like the best players on my Madden team. Dude would he was just so stacked. He would just cover the middle of the field like a fucking dog out there. It was amazing. I love him. I hope he does really well. I
just hope it's a good game. That's what I want. I hate it like a shitty Super Bowl. I just hope it's a good game.
Here's what I want to know then. How do you define this is actually like a really good question that I like to think about. When people say a good game, what's a good game to you? Is it like a back and forth? Is it a comeback on one side? Is it someone special showing up that is it a Rudy situation?
No, it's just like an easy explanation. It's just consistently engaging. Like you're watching it and you're like, oh, this is fun to watch. That's it.
So like a lot of completion on passes, but like maybe or like not a lot of completes. Like
I mean, probably like you want them to be doing stuff, so probably they're like scoring and moving the ball a decent amount, but like. Just not a boring game. I don't think you need. I don't think there's like a way I can quantify it. But
what's a good ending score for you in like a Super Bowl? What do you think's like
27-24 something like that?
27-24. I think that's a perfect Super Bowl score. Yeah. I think when it gets out of hand, you're like, oh well, that probably wasn't
I don't want to shoot
anyway.
out. Yeah, because then you're like, oh, the defenses aren't doing anything.
And then,
then you don't want it to be like, 7-3. That sucks.
7-3. Yeah, nobody did anything, and there's just like mistakes being made everywhere, and you're like, well, so why are you guys fucking up?
What was that? There was that Falcons one where they played Brady.
That was an amazing Super Bowl though.
Sucked for like 2.5 quarters. Is what I'm saying. Because it was just
a blowout. You're a Falcons fan.
But for the average viewer, like I almost left because that game was so boring, and then like you're all of a sudden you're like, what the fuck?
Yep.
But I'd like
the Patriots just did what they do.
If it could be like that all game, that'd be pretty sick.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
I mean, the Falcons lost the same way the freaking Lions did yesterday. The Lions were really aggressive and then started playing it safe, and you can't do that.
I just want everyone to be happy.
That's never going to happen.
Yeah, well, maybe not in your world.
Yeah, but you'll say like, I just want everyone to be happy, and it's like, well, like, are you like happy all the time? Well,
no.
So why
that's
is that
why I want everyone to be happy all the time.
Why is that your expectation for everybody else?
Wait, so you said, are you happy all the time? And I said no. And then you say, why would you want everyone to be happy all the time?
Yeah.
Because that would be fucking awesome.
No, but why is that your expectation for people when you say you want them to be happy all the time?
It's not my expectation. It's just what I want.
You want everyone to be happy all the time?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
What if someone's version of happy is that they get to stab people in the throat?
Well, not them.
See?
You put an asterisk on it. There's an asterisk.
There's no asterisk.
There's an unsung asterisk.
It's life. There are people that find a lot of joy. No. There are people that have to suppress their joy. What if people get joy out of doing other stuff that you don't want to talk about?
No.
Because I'll talk about it, but I won't talk about it because I love you.
Thanks, bud.
Yeah. But there are people.
No baddies. Only goodies.
I want everyone who's morally good to be happy all the time, and if you're morally bad, I want you to be neutral because I don't want you to be too up or too down.
But if you're too bad, you're too bad. You're miserable. You get to be miserable. Yeah, straight to hell.
Yeah,
straight to hell for you.
Living hellion.
You go straight to hell.
Post life. Overtime. That's what heaven is. Heaven's overtime.
OT.
Clocking
in OT in the good factory.
Dude. You're like, what the fuck?
That is like. I wonder, like, if you have a choice. You know what I mean?
To be a ghost?
Like, you lived a good life, you're 97, you're like, I finally can rest. And then you wake up and they're like, welcome to heaven, we got a carnival. Yeah. And you're like, I just want to go to bed.
You die at like 90, you had like 3 wives, you get to heaven, you're like, there's 3, you're like,
and they're all,
yikes.
Yeah, just ooh. You know how wives make you feel?
I'm in over my head here, boss.
Did I do that?
Oh, these 3 ladies. Did you ever hear about the guy that was the Goofy movie? You remember the Goofy movie?
I didn't really watch it, but I remember it, yeah.
Do you know how the story about why that movie came out?
No.
So there was a guy.
This is real?
This is real. There was an executive at at the Disney that was retiring, so they were trying to figure out who was going to be like the new like director of like Disney for something.
Yeah.
And there was a guy, I forget his name. We should look it up.
We'll call him Bill Makewell.
Okay, let's say there's a guy named Bill Makewell. Okay.
Nice. Fuck yeah, dude.
At this company, let's say Bill Makewell.
We can call him Bill M for short.
Bill M goes by Bill M. Okay.
Bill M's his father's name.
Bill goes by Bill. Okay. And they're voting on who should be the next president, and they all
of
vote
Disney
of this like the direct whatever like the studios is that like is going to do this, and they vote William.
Is it Bill?
Instead of everyone writes William. There's not another. There's Bill. I know Bill, but I'll write William. William, same last name.
Real guy.
Bill. Real guy, same as the other guy.
No.
Gets voted in.
On accident?
Yeah. He is the first African American man to be ahead of Disney and falls in love with the Goofy character and starts he goes like insane because he just tries to be the Goofy character from like the Goofy movie. But like he was kind of like this crazy guy, like was the only one that pushed for the Goofy movie to come out because he's like obsessed with the character, and it comes out and it's like a hit and like it's just like nuts, and he was like right about it. So like they like loved him and like propped him up, but he like also was like losing his mind a little bit because like
is this real?
Yeah, the job was like in over his head because like it was like a board vote where like it should have been this other guy, and that's who they were trying to vote for, but they voted this other guy in, and it like worked out real well for everybody except for like the guy that had like too much responsibility on his plate, who like should never have like gotten that kind of promotion.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's not like he was like, you know, I mean, like in the warehouse or anything.
My favorite
like that.
part
of
it,
like he just like wasn't at that level, and then he just like was put in charge, and then you're like, what the fuck,
dude? The best part about that is that he knew that it was a mistake. There's no way he didn't know it wasn't a mistake. And instead of just being like, you know what, I'm going to resign, I'm going to quit, I'm going to leave, I get that there was an error, he just came in and was like, Goofy movie.
There's a picture of him, and we should show it here.
He's like, put it on my desk in the morning, Goofy movie.
There's a picture of him, and the entire board meeting guys are all sitting down, a bunch of like old white guys in suits behind him, and like the board thing. He's sitting on the table like this in front of all of them in like a suit, and like is like taking a picture like that. It's the most gangster picture you've ever seen. And then you're like, wow, I can't believe they were so progressive. And they're like, it was an accident. Like it was like the 90s. Like,
at Walt Disney Company, we call that an oopsies.
It was fucking awesome. Yeah. One of the guys at work like told me about that, and I was like, oh, that sounds like horse shit. Yeah. So then like you look it up and read it, and then you're like, how did this happen? And then you're just like, how? What? Why were they okay?
He's
they
like,
probably like learned their lesson
movie.
After that. Yeah, they probably made it like a fill-in now, or not like a write-in anymore. Yeah. It's like you got like circle or something. I don't know.
Hey, Mike,
but how do you just have it so it's like people could like fill it in? Yeah, and some people used proper name, and some people,
Hey, Mike, we understand that we voted you in on accident. We just wanted to come in and talk to you, see if you wanted to resign. And he's just like, Goofy movie. Like, what? He goes, Goofy movie on my desk in the morning. They're like, that's not how movies work. He's like, the morning.
Opens up bottom drawer, pulls out his script of it already. He's like, that's what we do.
That's the Goofy movie. Just starts playing Russian roulette with a Magnum.
just covered by 16 rejection letters from the old executives.
Yeah.
Push it.
That was good timing on the push it.
That was.
Yeah.
That was really good, dude. Yeah, the one guy told me about that. It was honestly one of the most amazing stories I've ever been told, and it was like a 10-minute story when he told me, and then I looked it all up, and I was like, it's legit. I was like,
legit.
He told it better, but it's all facts.
Damn, dude.
So that was the episode, right?
Thanks for tuning in.
Go
and
Chiefs.
Thanks for not tuning out. Go Browns.
Go Chiefs and go Brock Purdy.
Go Browns unless Watson's back, then don't. Bye-bye.
Bye. Death trap.